What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Tonight we're going to take a look at a few clips that were sent to me by some fellow Twitter users, a few mutuals of mine, taking a look at, as you can tell by the title, the absolute state of the modern woman, part 2. Um, I think what's going to be fun about this video is something that I didn't realize would happen, and it happened organically. I think this might end up becoming a recurring series or um, series of episodes on this channel, where we kind of take a look at not even women's reaction, but young young girls' reactions to a lot of the social movements that are happening in the country today. So as you can, probably tell, I'm based in the United States, so all of my content is United States centric, U.S. centric. But I do think it's important to kind of pinpoint where young girls are at, um, and young women are at, and how they've kind of been brainwashed by a lot of the leftist programming in today's society. So I think all of the posts and videos that I highlight today really highlight that. So I don't want to spend too much time on the intro on that, but I do think it's interesting that this thing kind of grew organically because part one was the absolute state of modern women in 2020 in quarantine. This one is, again, by the title, the absolute state of the modern woman in 2020 and race riots. So, and you'll see what I mean as we go along, but I think it's interesting to kind of highlight what young girls and young women's reaction is to these kind of events because I mean they're as much of the future as young men are. I don't really think it's fair to say, we need to save our young men and forget about young women. I think um, a lot of what we do online, if you're following this channel, I kind of think you're kind of woke on the issues, but um, a lot of what we do online is aimed at saving young men, but it's not really fair to say that um, young women are beyond saving or that their struggles shouldn't be highlighted or their concerns shouldn't be highlighted. So, I'm kind of being overly serious about it. It's going to be a pretty laid back video. I don't have anything scripted for this one. Again, like I say in every video, I don't know how long this one will go. We'll see where it goes from here, but we're going to take a look at a few Twitter clips and an Instagram post from modern women today and see where their thinking is as it comes to kind of the race riots, the BLM movement, um, a lot of the discontinuity between them and their families. I think we're going to see a lot of that. A lot of girls saying that they don't really care about their families as long as they can virtue signal on TikTok and Twitter and Instagram. So it should be a fun video. I'm gonna kind of schmood. I'm gonna lean back in these videos. So what my plan is on this video is to, like I always do, we're gonna watch the clip first and then I'll analyze it. So we'll watch it in full and then we'll run it back and then we'll do some commentary on it. But it should be a fun video. Let's just hang out. Should be fun. All right. Clip one. All right. So this was one of the first videos that kind of blew up not blew up, I mean, blew up insofar as my Twitter can blow up. I don't have a huge Twitter account, but I do have tweets that, kind of get some likes every now and then, but this one was kind of funny. So this is a girl, and like I said in the tweet, I'm not going to dox her because I respect her and everything, but um, my tweet said, I'm not going to dox the poor girl, but this is a normie girl I follow on Instagram who I knew from high school. The absolute state of the modern woman in a post, in a single post. And this was her post. Food for thought. The last time Saturn was in Aquarius was during the Rodney King riots. The last time Pluto was in Capricorn was during the American Revolution. Neptune was in Pisces when Rome fell. We have all three right now. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I feel bad for girls like this, actually. This is just like this is the tip of the iceberg of, it's not, this isn't even female vanity. This is like female pseudo religiosity. So this kind of girl is the kind of girl that like, calls religion stupid and calls like Catholicism outdated or calls Christianity, a tool of the patriarchy. Meanwhile, worshiping Saturn being in Aquarius during the Rodney King riots in '94. You know, like these are the kind of people that are telling you that your religion is dumb. And it's also funny that, she highlights these three events: Rodney King, the American Revolution, and Rome falling, as if there were no important events between. Like what was the moon status during 9/11? What was the moon status when we invaded Iraq? What was the moon status during the bank crash of 2008? What was the moon status in, you know, Black Monday in 1929? It's so incomplete, but it just like fits her example. It's like this is what I'm trying to get at is this is what the modern girl thinks is a deep thought. And this is not, again, like I feel I got a lot of pushback from this, or a lot of pushback on this from, like via my DMs, um, from girls who are about this age who are like, you're saying all women believe, and I'm not saying that. I'm saying this is the basic mindset of most girls this age. That I don't know how young it goes, but my age, at least 26 and younger, this is a deep thought to them. Like, whoa, Saturn was in Aquarius during Rodney King? Mind blown. There's not much deep thought there. There's not much reflective thought there. They look at three different incidences and they say Rome, American Revolution, and Rodney King. Like, what do any of those three things have to do with each other? And like you're missing like hundreds of other important events. So that's just in her words, that's just food for thought. So we're gonna jump into the next clip. Okay, so here's where it really starts to get interesting. So this is where my tweet started to get a little big, and I don't know why. I bookmarked all three of the videos that I'm about to show you guys. I bookmarked all three of them, and on my phone I'm able to view them, but on my laptop I'm not. So I had to screen grab them from my laptop, send them to my email, and respond to my tweet with the video. But the original tweet was in response to this girl. I said, her dad is a good, hardworking guy. The girl needs to get adopted by the streets and get a dose of reality. I knew girls like this, and usually they know 0 to 1 black people, and their entire frame of reference on minorities comes from Apple commercials and sitcoms. And I got a lot of replies to that tweet that said, yeah, exactly. They said, yeah, when I was this girl's age, I watched The Cosby Show and Family Matters, and I knew one black person. So girls like this are not a good indicator. They're not, they want to, and you'll see what I mean in the video, but they want to act woke. They want to act like, oh, I know all the black people and I know their struggle. It's really overcompensation because they suffer from white guilt. It is what it is. But just watch this girl. This
I actually no. Shut up.
So
I actually no. Shut up.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna watch it all the way through, and it kind of sucks. It's a long video, so we'll just no, we'll watch it all the way through, and then I'll commentate on it. So or comment on it. But all right, here we go.
No.
Can you shut your mouth for a minute?
No.
Because I actually work in the ghetto. I see the people.
Do you know why they're in that
physically go and I
position?
see these people.
Do you understand the systematic
They
and
get all
historical
kinds
reason
of
for why they're in
chances
that
and
position?
They don't care. All they want to do is be ghetto.
No.
Yes, there's some that don't, and there's good people.
No.
And then there's most of them just want to suck off the system or do something bad like drugs or gangs. And that's all
They
care
have
about.
been oppressed. They have
It
not been
doesn't
given
matter.
the
They
same
get the
opportunities
chances.
you have
yes,
had.
They do, and there's plenty of black people.
No, they
There's
don't,
plenty
Dad.
There's plenty of
And you not
minorities.
recognizing that as an issue is the reason why it's still continuing today.
I see them all over. There's all kinds of successful people that are of color. It doesn't matter what color, brown, white.
But it's a lot
orange,
harder
yellow.
for them to get to that
It doesn't
position.
matter. When they do, they're fine. But there's always filthy animals. And that
You're
is-
calling people of color black
No.
animals. You're calling them animals.
I'm talking. You didn't let
Are
me
you
finish.
kidding me?
You didn't let me finish.
That's not
I'm
okay.
talking about the
No,
trigger
no
part,
matter what,
too.
that's not okay. No matter what, it's
It
not
is
okay.
okay.
Racism is not okay. Why do you think that racism is okay?
All right,
Oh, that's mine.
Haley, I'm gonna look at.
mine.
No, I'm looking at
That's
statistics
my
right
medal. I
now.
gotta get a necklace.
Your statistics they can be warped. Statistics can be warped. You want me to show you videos?
So why are my-
Do you want me to show you videos of cops? I will do
why
it.
is statistics wrong?
Because they can be
Right.
warped. I'm not giving statistics right now. They can be warped. Personal experiences can't.
No, because this is actually putting it into play. When you
Wearing it?
Do I need to show you a bunch of videos of cops attacking
That's your
protesters?
problem.
Peaceful
That's all you do
protesters.
is watch
listen,
that
listen
shit.
to this. This is the number.
You mean I'm informed and educated?
You're not though. You're,
Yes, I
You're
am.
one-sided informed.
Mom, I was watching political stuff and you said to turn that off because you don't want to hear about it.
Because
That
I'm
means that
sick
I
of
am
hearing it.
educated
I am
on it and
sick
you
of
are not.
hearing it. I'm sick of hearing it.
The fact that you can have that ignorance,
Really,
ignorance for the majority is bliss.
Okay, so-
Ignorance for the minority
So I'm
is
looking at statistics
destruction.
that are wrong.
What? Wow. Wow. Okay. So we'll start
many-
over. We're gonna start it over, and now we're gonna dissect this girl, and we're gonna do this for about, and this is the longest video of the 4 that we're gonna look at. So this one is 2 minutes and 17 seconds. The rest are, I think, a minute or less. I think one's a minute, the other one's 40, and the other one's 30 seconds. Oh God, I feel bad doing this, but you know what? She's being rude to her parents, so she deserves this. All right, let's go in. Physiognomy check. Not the most attractive girl. She's not ugly. We're not going to go that. I'm not denigrating her looks, okay? This is a girl who is of average attractiveness. Average. She has very much like the, I said it on Twitter and it's like people laugh, but I'm being serious. She has like the Little Miss Piggy physiognomy, where she has like the poked up nose and like the raised lip, the round face. I mean, she's not ugly, but she's not turning any heads when she walks down the street. So, and all I mean to say by that is that she uses social media interaction to replace dopamine that attractive girls get from their beauty or their attractiveness. So whereas an attractive girl can just be attractive on TikTok or Twitter or whatever, this girl has to use like social capital, or she has to use like Black Lives Matter or social movements in order to get. So like that's why you see like this look in her eyes of like aspiring to, like, that's why she's filming herself doing this. We got into this with the Gabby Katharina video where I said automatically distrust girls who film themselves crying. So this girl's a little different. She's not filming herself crying. It's going to be in the next few videos, but she's not filming herself crying. She's filming herself virtue signaling, which you could probably argue is even worse because, like, what is she trying to gain from this? She's like doxing her parents. So not the most attractive girl. She's using this to get brownie points from society by pooping on her family, more or less. So
Actually, no, shut up.
No.
Can you shut your mouth for a minute?
No.
Because I
Again, and I'll let it play after this, but you see, look at that grin. She has and turn this off if there are kids listening, or turn it down, but this is called shit testing. If you've ever looked up like how pickup artist stuff, Roosh V type stuff back in the day, she's shit testing her parents. That little grin right there is like, she's not upset. She's messing with her parents. Like, no, she knows what she's doing very well. So I really, actually, the more I get into this video, I feel less and less bad for going in on her because she knows what she's doing to her parents. That grin says it all. She knows. She knows. Look at that grin.
actually work in the ghetto. I see the people.
Do you know why they're in that
physically go and I
position?
see these people.
Do you understand the systematic
They
and
get all
historical
kinds
reason
of
for why they're in
chances
that
and
position?
They don't care. All they want to do is be ghetto.
No.
Yes, there's some that don't, and there's good people.
No.
She's laughing. She's not upset by any of this. She probably doesn't even have any black friends, you know. And it's not that that's a prerequisite to have any opinion on racial issues. I really don't care how many black friends she has, but for someone who's so vociferously standing up for the black community, she's very she's treating this issue very trivially. She's smiling, she's laughing at her parents. You know, if you're getting into a fight with your parents that could possibly, hurt the relationship between the two people that you've known the longest in your life, would you be smiling like this? Probably not.
Most of them just want to suck off the system or do something bad like drugs or gangs. And that's all
They
care
have
about.
been oppressed. They have
It
not been
doesn't
given
matter.
the
They
same
get the
opportunities
chances.
you have
Yes,
had.
they do, and there's plenty of black people.
No, they
There's
don't,
plenty
Dad.
There's plenty of money.
And you
And for the record, her dad is right. Like, imagine in 2020 arguing that black people don't have the same rights that white people have. Like, her dad is woke. Her dad, and that was the tweet that got a lot of likes, was like, you can hear in her dad's voice that he's like a hardworking guy. He's encountered these people, and it gets into it a little bit later in this video, but her dad is a hardworking guy. He's met the people. He's seen the reality. This is a 16-year-old girl trying to lecture her 40-year-old dad on the realities of race. It's like, what do you really know?
not recognizing that
other than leftist indoctrination.
as an issue is the reason why it's still continuing today.
I see them all over. There's all kinds of successful people that are of color. It doesn't matter what color, brown, white.
But it's a lot
orange.
harder.
She didn't really have a response to that because the thing is, he's right. He's right insofar as, like, black people can be successful. Disparities in outcome does not mean racism. That's probably the biggest misconception that I hear as far as racial debates and arguments go today, is that any disparity between races means that disparity is due to racism. Like, why would you assume that? And two, why would you assume that all races have the same interests? It's like, that would be like saying that, most personal trainers tend to be male and not female means that personal training is sexist in the way of men. It's like, no, maybe men are just more qualified to do those things. So, this guy's clearly right. It's like, even in my profession, I'm not going to self-dox myself, but yeah, I mean, there tend to be less black people in the profession that I'm in. I don't attribute that to racism. I attribute that to less black people being interested in the profession that I'm in. So it's not rocket science what he's saying. Like, it's actually really common sense. But she's having to over intellectualize a lot of these points and be like, no, actually it's because the school to prison pipeline, and if you actually really look at it, it's because no. She's been indoctrinated by leftism, and she's not that attractive, and she probably got attention from like a few black guys at one point. Whereas she didn't get attention from like white guys, and yeah, there's a lot to unpack there. But this girl has a lot. She has a lot to unpack, frankly.
harder for them to get to that
It
position.
doesn't matter. When they do, they're fine. But there's always filthy animals. In that
You're
case,
calling people of color black animals. You're calling
He didn't call any black people filthy animals, just in case this guy gets doxxed, because he probably will because of this girl's trash tweet. But he didn't call anyone filthy animals. He said that certain people of certain races act like filthy animals, and I could say that for black, white, Hispanic, any race. There are people of all races who act gross. Why is it that calling someone trailer trash is not as big of a deal as calling someone of another race another slur? It's because we prioritize these things. There are white people and there are trailer trash. There are black people and there are Hispanics and there are Jews and there are the only one we can say is white people and trailer trash. Why is that?
them animals.
You
Are you kidding me?
You didn't let me finish.
That's not okay.
talking about the
No
trailer
matter
park
what,
too.
that's not okay. No matter what, it's
It
not
is
okay.
okay.
Racism is
I hate that tone too. No matter what, that's not okay. Who are you to lecture your father about his life experience? This is the kind of person that would that would lecture another white conservative about life experience of a minority, and it's like she's lecturing her father, who's like triple her age, who has actually experienced these things. She deserves what she gets.
not okay. Why do you think that racism is okay?
All right,
That's mine.
Billy, I'm gonna look at.
Ew, there's a baby. Did you hear that? There's a baby in the background witnessing all this, witnessing her disgusting behavior. Who knows what else she participates in the meantime, if she's saying this kind of stuff, what does she do around the baby in the background?
Racism is not okay.
Listen to the
Why
baby.
do you think that racism is okay?
All right,
That's mine.
Billy, I'm gonna look at.
mine.
No, I'm looking at
That's
statistics
my
right
medal.
now.
And she's proud of it. She's proud of what she's doing. Look, she's like moving her hair. She's like getting her hair right for the camera. She's not tearing up at all. And I think that's why the next videos will be more interesting. But this girl is so disingenuous. It's kind of gross. This is like this video probably highlights female vanity more than anything. This isn't like white guilt or anything. She's like getting off on like being like a 4 or 5 out of 10, if that, and being able to move her hair on camera. This is gross. Watch this. Ew.
Racism is okay.
Watch what she does.
That's mine.
Billy, I'm gonna look at. No, I'm looking at statistics
my
right
She
medal.
now.
loves this.
Your statistics they can be warped. Statistics can be warped. You want me to show you videos?
So why are my?
Do you want me to show you videos of cops? I will do
why
it.
is statistics wrong?
That's disgusting what she said there. So this is actually a really common. She actually highlighted something really important right there. Let me run it back.
Do you want me to show you videos of cops? Your statistics they can be warped. Statistics can be warped. You want me to show you videos?
So why are my?
Do you want me to show you videos of cops? I will do
why
it.
is statistics wrong?
Because they can.
So she does a common leftist tactic right there. So a lot of times when you share statistics with the left, they say, so you'll get into a debate with a leftist and they'll say, give me a stat for that. Give me a stat for the idea that immigration is a net negative on the American population, or give me a stat that black people commit more crime. And you show them the stat and they say, well, stats can be warped. I don't care about your stat. They have no adherence to truth. That's what you have to like understand when you're talking to someone like this. They don't care about truth. They care about being accepted. You look at this girl. All this girl cares about is being liked. And then you get into the physiognomy, the attractiveness level. This girl just wants to be liked by her peers. And that's what happens with a lot of women who get involved with politics and involved in the online sphere. They just want to be liked. It's a little sad, but it's like, man, that's why I really discourage people from trying to debate like this. I much more advocate that people just kind of go online and say and speak their piece rather than trying to debate people like this because they have no adherence to truth. If you were to give this girl FBI crime stats on the fact that black people, or actually young black men, are 6% of the population, but commit 48% of all violent crimes, she would say, well, that's a stat that's warped, and you're forgetting slavery. How do you even communicate with someone like that? You don't. You just don't talk to them, and I don't know what the answer to that is, but you can hear it in her voice. When she gets owned with stats, she says, "Well, stats are warped. I'll give you anecdotes."
Can be warped. I'm not giving statistics right now. They can be warped. Personal experiences can't.
No, because this is actually putting it into play. When you
Do I need to show you a bunch of videos of cops attacking protesters, peaceful protesters?
listen to this. This is the number.
You mean I'm informed and educated?
You're not though.
Yes, I
You're
am.
one-sided informed.
Mom, I was watching political stuff and you said to turn that off because you don't want to hear about it. That means
This girl, she hates her family or something. I can't really tell. If you look at her background, she's not living in like an upper socioeconomic area. I don't know where this girl's from. I've never heard of her before, but she's not like living in like some, gated community. She's living in a working class family. So I don't know what her deal is. I don't, maybe she lives in a lower income area and she like goes to school with a lot of minorities. But yeah, like this girl she's not well off. She hates her family. I can tell that. She hates her race. I mean, she probably hates herself based on how she's acting.
I am educated on it and you are not.
Oh, you're educated. You're
The
educated.
fact that you can have that ignorance for the majority is bliss.
Okay. So,
Ignorance for the minority
so I'm
is
looking at statistics
destruction.
that are wrong.
What? What did she even mean there? What does that mean? This girl's too dumb. I don't even feel like continuing on that track. That girl's really dumb. All right. Video 2. So this one is from Zoomer Clips. I love Zoomer Clips. He has a good Twitter account. So what did I say? I said WTF is going on with girls. This is the third or fourth one I've seen today. All white girls from a specific socioeconomic background. The programming was successful. Yeah, that's basically true. Zoomer Clips had a little bit edgier of a tweet that I'm not going to say because I don't want to get banned. It's funny though. He basically said that this girl is cringe. We'll put it that way. So this girl's a little bit more interesting, but she kind of fits the profile of the other girl, the one we just looked at. Not that attractive. It's almost like she's replacing the dopamine that an attractive girl would get from getting hit on by guys. She's replacing that dopamine with getting social acceptance by supporting something like Black Lives Matter. So what does she have to say? So this one's only a 1-minute clip. So we'll watch it and then I'll analyze it really quick.
Because you won't stop, and it's really, really, really annoying because...
Because I'm trying to say that Black Lives Matter?
You said that, and now you're good. You just keep talking about it and talking
I
about
can
it.
talk about it.
You can talk about it.
But you're not letting me.
We can choose not to listen because you've already said all of your points. And then you just keep going on and going on and going on. And it's ruining, it's just like ruining the day.
I want to be home protesting, fighting for what I believe in. I want to be peacefully protesting, being in front of all the black people so that they don't get hurt. But I'm stuck here, so this is the only way that I can communicate.
Like, basically, you know about it, and there's nothing you could do, and you can maybe take a break from it.
I don't want to.
You look like you're like a shell of yourself. You're no longer the grace you know.
Because this is fucking terrible.
It is.
Holy wow. Holy wow.
Because you won't stop, and it's
All right.
really, really...
We're going to break it down now. Here we go. So we have the girl here. I can't tell. Is she laying on her back? Because there's like an outlet here. Is she so broken that she's like, Is she like in like, in shock? Is she like, I mean, she looks like she's having a seizure of some sorts. Look at this. Look at those eyes. Those are demonic eyes. She's on her back. There's an outlet back there. So I think an outlet would have to be against the wall. She's not standing because outlets they're not perpendicular to your head. So I think this is against the wall and she's like laying on her back in like shock. So, but she had the wherewithal to put her AirPods in and record this. So that should tell you something.
Really, really annoying because
Because I'm trying to say that Black Lives Matter?
you said that and now you're good.
What?
You just keep talking about it and talking
I
about
can
it.
talk about it.
You can talk about it.
But you're not letting me.
We can choose not to listen because
Ew.
you've already said all of your...
Bad physiognomy also. She has, I mean, not that like the double chin is necessarily like the death blow to physiognomy, but like, again, you got the piggy nose thing, and I mean, again, this girl is not she's not in the upper echelon of attractive women, and she's probably substituting that, that lack of attractiveness and getting dopamine from, she's getting that social acceptance from supporting Black Lives Matter is basically what I'm saying. That's what she's trying to do at least.
your points, and then you just keep going
But
on
you
and going
guys
on and going on,
listening.
and it's ruining. It's just like ruining the day.
I want to be home protesting, fighting for what I believe in. I want to be peacefully protesting, being in front of all the black people so that they...
In front of the black people, like she views black again, and I'm not trying to go full on like Dinesh D'Souza or like Democrats are the real racists, but she views black people as a monolith. Like she views black people as like the black people, like as a one culture thing, and it's like, oh, I'm a black person. Like I don't think she would have any interest in talking to me or debating me. So people like this are interesting to me, and I debate people like this, and they break down like this when I give them like crime stats, IQ stats, um, race stats, biological stats. They break down like this. So, maybe these people don't even need to be in the political sphere at all. That's kind of what I'm realizing is like what we need to do is just kind of have like the best arguments to just like destroy these people, and it's actually not that hard.
they don't get hurt, but I'm stuck here, so this is the only way that I can communicate.
Like, basically, you
love this
you
guy.
know about it, and there's nothing you could do, and you can maybe take a break from it.
I don't want to.
You look like you're like a shell of yourself. You're no longer the grace you know. You look.
Listen to this. Listen to her base dad. Listen to what he says. You're a shell of yourself. You're disgusting.
You're like a shell of yourself. You're no longer the grace you know.
Because this is fucking terrible.
It is.
Ew, he's so right. Her dad is base.
You won't stop. And
Her dad is so right. You're a shell of yourself. You're gross. You're disgusting. You want to talk about disgusting? This girl is pretty disgusting. So one of the comments that I left on this video was that I said to, actually, let me shout out JD. Who is this? I am on the app JD. This guy is base JD, friend of the movement, friend of Nick Fuentes, friend of Steve Franson. 07 salute to JD. One of the comments that I left on his video was that I said I feel greasy and dirty watching 3 seconds of this video. Look at this face. This girl has gross. What a
I really hate my...
what a gross woman. This is nasty, I feel like. But I have not watched this video yet. I'll probably just go off the dome on this one because this girl really doesn't seem bright, and it's only 37 seconds. So we're gonna see what this girl has to say really quick, and then we'll go into the last one. Then we'll do conclusions. But these are the people we're dealing with. Like look at 2 seconds in, no composure, filming themselves crying. No resolve, no absoluteness, no seriousness. They're crying on camera. It's gross. It's gross.
I really hate my family so much. It's just...
I literally...
They just try to argue with me.
She said, I literally hate my family so much. That is a powerful statement when you think about it. You know, your family is the nuclear family is the building block of society. And to say that I literally hate my family so much because they push back against leftist idealism or leftist ideology is that's dangerous. And the, I don't even know if it's a word, but the triviality, the trivialness, the amount, the the level of trivialness that they treat their family with is scary. I would never say that quickly. Like, I am literally done with my family. Listen how quickly she says it. Like,
I really hate my family so much. It's just, they just try to argue with me that George Floyd deserve, like, they're just trying to tell me that, like, he deserved that because he did something wrong, and that it was okay. That is not okay. And it's just making me so upset. I don't know why. I do not want to live here. I hate living in Louisiana. I hate living around these racist fucks. Like, I just want to leave. I literally hate my family.
God. I feel bad. Actually, I do kind of feel bad for this girl because those tears, we can watch it again. I'll probably watch it again because it's only 37 seconds. But I do kind of feel bad for this girl because those tears do come off as genuine, I think. Um,
I really hate my family so much. It's just, they just try to argue with me that George Floyd deserve, like, they're just trying to tell me that, like, he deserved that because he did something wrong, and that it was okay. That is not okay. And it's just making me so upset. I don't know why. I do not want to live here. I hate living in Louisiana. I hate living around these racist fucks. Like, I just want to leave.
yeah, I think she got a lot of indoctrination. I don't know where it came from or anything. Obviously, I live in Base, Texas, not Cringe, Louisiana, you know. But yeah, I don't know where this girl's coming from, but it does seem genuine. It doesn't seem like fake tears, like the first two girls. Um, kind of feel bad for that girl, but I mean, she's still cringe. Her family's based for saying like, "Hey, George Floyd was a fentanyl addict. He was on meth. He robbed a pregnant woman. Like George Floyd wasn't a good guy. Does that mean he deserved to have have an officer's knee on his neck? No, I'm not saying that. But, you know, painting Floyd as this saint is like cringe. That's cringe also. But her crying is cringe also. Like, what are you doing? Why are you crying? Anyway, that's kind of cringe. But last one, this one's kind of funny. These are the fake tears I'm talking about. So whereas the last girl kind of had real tears, these are the fake tears I'm talking about. She doesn't like look at this girl. She has mascara on. What is she doing? Look at these. She looks like she's about to go to downtown for the night. Party in downtown with this girl?
Helping you getting all these ideas in your head, or I don't know what.
This one's
These ideas?
Well, yeah, or thoughts, or whatever it is.
Come on. People are dying. People are dying. This is not an idea. This is a real thing.
Okay, it's
I'm gonna break this one down in real time because I'm kind of bored with these girls. These girls are so boring. I would love to debate them. Like just it's cringe because they don't even know what they're talking about. They're so wrapped up in emotion that they've never encountered IQ stats, they've never encountered crime stats, they've never seen 1350 posting, they've never heard 648 posting. All they've heard is what's been fed to them by like CNN. And it like even that is like base level cringe, but it's like they're on like Snapchat level cringe where it's like their best arguments for what they're saying is like because of a Snapchat news story they saw. It's so bad out there, man. These people don't even know what they're talking about because this girl goes from 0 to 100 in like 3 seconds. So she goes from this
Helping you
to
getting
brushing
all
her
these
hair. She
ideas
goes
in your head, or I don't know what.
These ideas?
Well, yeah, or thoughts or whatever
She
it
has
is.
mascara on.
People are dying. People are dying. This is not an idea. This is a real
people.
thing.
Okay, it's people out there. What does it concern you is the thing.
Are
So
you serious?
the other thing to keep in mind is like her mom. Don't use her mom as like the compass for how to debate. Her mom is not a good debater. Her mom didn't even know that she would be debating this. Her mom is like a boomer Hispanic woman who's like a first generation Hispanic. Her daughter is probably what our future holds. Like third generation Hispanics who think that America hates them. Meanwhile, her mom, who's a first generation Hispanic, is like, no, no, this country's pretty good. The the children of the immigrants are what we have to worry about. Think about that.
Serious.
If
It's
you're
not your family. It's gonna happen. It's life.
That's
That's
not
it.
the way life should be.
It's not our fault. My God, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna do my part to try to change it.
You're not gonna change nothing, Marissa. You're not gonna change nothing. My God, what is wrong with you?
What is wrong with me?
Yes, what is wrong with you? There's nothing you can change. What are you gonna change? Really? Really?
Yeah, exactly. Her mom's base. Her mom's like, what are you even trying to do? Like, what are you, what? You complaining on TikTok is going to change racial relations in America? And what are you even trying to change? Black behavior in the south side of Chicago? I'm not going to get into it too much. We all know about crime stats. We all know about IQ stats. We all know about proclivity to violence among certain racial groups. It's not rocket science. We all see it. It doesn't take a textbook to tell you to stay away from certain areas at certain times of the night on certain days. It is what it is, guys. Hopefully this video was a schmood. Um, I think I'm gonna do one tomorrow about there was a video that NBC released this afternoon about how white silence is violence. I think that could be a fun video. Again, always DM me on Twitter, DLive, or Telegram. I'll leave all of my social media outlets below. Um, you guys have a good night. Hopefully the video was fun. See you guys tomorrow.